Hey guys, it's Roxanne here with Light for the World. It's December 8th, and I want to go ahead and discuss another quantum change slash Mandela effect from the scriptures. And the reason I continue to discuss these and do videos about it is because number one, it's pretty shocking, it's pretty crazy. Number two, it actually fulfills Bible prophecy, I believe. In the book of Thessalonians, it talks about at the time of the coming of the son of perdition, to seat himself in the temple to be worshipped as God. There would be lying signs and supernatural wonders that would accompany him. That's one of the prophecies. And then in the book of Daniel, it talks about a prince, which is a spiritual agent or entity, I believe, that changes times and laws. So to me, that's pointing to or indicating that there could be a time when there's some sort of deceptive changing of times and laws. Okay, so let's look at this Mandela effect slash quantum change that I'm seeing in the book of Acts, chapter 9. You can open up your physical King James Version Bible. I'm on the internet right here, and I'll be reading from there. But these same changes are in your KJV on your shelf, so go ahead and get it out if you want. This is Acts chapter 9 we're going to be looking at. And let's see, this is about the story of Paul traveling to Damascus, and then a bright light hits him, okay? So here's what we see. Let's start with verse 3 on Paul's trip, Acts chapter 9 in the King James Version Bible. It says, "And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined round about him a light from heaven. And he fell to the earth and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks." It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. Okay, so anyway, to me, I think there's a couple of changes there. I don't know about this kicking against the pricks, okay? And, I'm not trying to be rude or anything with this. We have been discussing, many of us have eyes to see this and see these changes happening. We have been discussing this on Facebook groups and YouTube since 2016. So anyway, the part I wanted to draw attention to is verse 3. It says, "And suddenly there shined about him a light from heaven." And when I remember this story, reading it, years ago about Paul, I remember something more like he was struck down by a light. A light came down and just struck him down. I believe struck him blind, and he even maybe had fallen to the ground, but he was struck by a light. Okay, not a light suddenly shining around him. So what I did is I typed in the Google search bar to try to see what I could find out. Let me see, where is it? I typed in the Google search bar. I was on my phone, so I had to take a screenshot. I didn't want to lose what I found. And of course, Google uses the AI. So here's what showed up. Including results for on the road to Damascus, Saul was struck down. Okay, here's the AI overview. It says, yes, Paul was struck down by a blinding light while traveling to Damascus in the Bible's Acts of the Apostles. And then you look a little bit beneath, and a description for what this search result is saying. It starts reading like this. It says, a bright light from heaven shone around Paul. Okay, so there's a discrepancy here between what the AI is saying was in the Bible and now what's being shown in the description. But anyway, this is what this AI is describing right here is more like what I remember, a blinding light striking Paul down. So I wanted to ask you guys, what do you remember in this story of Paul on the road to Damascus? And to return to the topic of what is happening, I mentioned these quantum changes not only occurring in the scriptures, but in our world. We live in that time of deception when the beast system is set up. We've got Babylon re-emerging, and Babylon includes, I believe, technology, which you read about in the book of Genesis and the story of Nimrod and the Tower of Babel. They had the technology to reach heaven. They had the technology to intersect maybe with the heavenly realms. And we've got, technology again today. You got AI, quantum technology, 5G. You've got CERN, which may be taking down the Earth's protective shield and allowing openings or portals for things to come through. So we have Babylon age technology. We've got pharmakia from Babylon. You can read about that in the book of Revelations now. It's coming out. Pharmakia would include, pharmaceuticals that can lead to deception, a type of sorcery. You can find that in the book of Revelations now. And let's see, how else is Babylon rising? We've seen Babylon rising in religious practices, in the perverted sexual practices that are being promoted on the Hollywood screen. We see, the witchcraft, different sexual acts that are not biblical, as in listed in the book of Genesis and in the New Testament. And we see all their false god, false rituals. We've seen it in the Olympics, the pictures they're showing us in the Olympics. And just probably at the Super Bowl and stuff. So we see Babylon emerging to the forefront and being brought right in front of our eyes as it was prophesied in the book of Revelations. And everything, all the stuff we're seeing goes along with it. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here. You guys let me know below what you remember of this story. Please comment. Please do a reaction below and share and subscribe if you can. It helps, it helps the algorithm show the videos more. If you find the videos helpful, that is. Okay, so God bless. Bye-bye for now.